survey of the Social Weather Stations or SWS, Marcos's net trust rating slid to negative 3%, which is 7% lower compared to his rating in September. Meanwhile, Duterte's net trust rating is at 31% or 6% higher than her previous numbers. Breaking down Marcos's scores, 38% of respondents said they trust the president, while 41% answered in the negative. 20% were undecided. With the vice president, more than half of 58% of the respondents had expressed a high level of trust. 26% said they had little trust, while 17% are undecided. The survey was commissioned by Strat-based consultancy and was conducted between November 24 and 30 among 1,200 adult Filipinos. The poll has an error margin of plus or minus 3% for national percentages and plus or minus 6% for each area group. Now let's discuss this and more with political strategist Malu Tequia. She's also founder and chair of Publicus Asia Incorporated. Welcome back to The Big Story, Malu, and Merry Christmas to you.
Good evening, Ses. Merry Christmas. Good evening, Pauline. Merry Christmas.
Well, you also have a survey which kind of shows the same results as the SWS.
That's right, Ses. The trend, although the absolute numbers are different, but the trend is the same.
All right. So with the resignation of one more member of the ICI, what do we expect? The ratings would further, meron pa bang ibababa ang rating ni BBM?
Well, sa tingin ko meron pang ibababa kasi yung sinabi niyang merong big fish na makukulong, naghihintay ang tao doon, lumampas na ang Pasko, wala tayong nakikita. Ang ICI, nakakalungkot, ICI now is, it's actually in ICU. No? It's hanging by its thread. Fajardo's resignation is really, the timing, although effective December 31, puts a damper on what the ICI is supposed to do. But under EO 94, the president can always dissolve it. I mean, he's now in a catch-22 situation, whether he dissolves it or he allows it, or, as your guest earlier was saying, the Congress will act now on the proposal for a full-time body.
But this spate of resignations, should the blame be laid on Malacanang? It did not give it support, di ba? Nagdadala pa ng printer si Babe Singson,
That's right. And says, for a very important job to fight corruption, it was the flag of this administration to show seriousness in accountability. It wasn't organized well. Under EO 94, there was supposed to be a secretariat, there was supposed to be budget, but it seems that, of late, we are hearing that these things were not extended to them.
Right. But what accounts for the relatively high ratings of VP Sara?
Well, one is, I think the public is reading it in terms of she is not part of the flood control mess. That's one. Secondly, when it comes to the intelligence and confidential funds, she does not have that. And third, I think when Congressman Leviste clearly said, I think in one of your shows, that the Vice President doesn't have any project under the proponent or whatever list that DPWH has, that sounded like the people saying, we trust this leader better than the incumbent president.
No,
Go ahead.
Going back to the numbers of President Bongbong Marcos, in your latest survey, it shows that his numbers have been declining since 2023. No,
right.
how do we explain this loss of confidence of the public? Can we now say this is not just short-term dissatisfaction, but somewhat a sustained erosion, no, na deeply entrenched na itong loss of confidence ng public sa presidente?
Pauline, you're correct. I would characterize it as a historic crisis of public trust because it started really 2023, and all of us were thinking that he would be able to bounce back from the 2025 elections, but it did not. And then from then, people were saying he is really risking his administration with this flood control attempt when he said mahiya naman kayo, but it would,
If I may interrupt, nag-uptick yung kanyang numbers nung shortly after that, diba?
yes, yes, weakest outlook since 2022. There was a brief recovery in Q2 2025, and then the optimism collapsed again in Q3 2025, and today, Q4, it's down in what we call as new lows for him. So it's really, as Pauline was saying, it's really an erosion, and principally it's an erosion of trust.
Okay, were you about to add
Go
something?
ahead, go ahead.
I wanted to point that out because I wanted to ask you if you thought that was it a desperate, yung mahiya kayo speech, was that a move to, bring up his numbers or be popular, and then only to boomerang in a big way?
They're calling it as like inoculation.
Yes. Inoculation is a political management term that is often used when you want to prevent the leader from being dragged down. It says what you said is true. It would appear that he came up with mahiya naman kayo, but not really coming up with exit plans. Where will it go? Who will it hit? How will it be played in media? So when he came up with the top 12, that doesn't necessarily mean Diskaya is number one. If you're going to look at all the documents that are coming out, you have contractors being placed, both husband and wife are in custodial premises of the DOJ, but members of Congress are not being touched. Members of the Senate are not, these things, the Diskaya will not be able to roll out and implement anything if there are no proponents and if there are no allocations being made. So, talagang it boomerang on him, and it boomerang on the administration because the administration now has a negative, when I say the administration, the cabinet has a disapproval rating of 51%. So that is telling for the whole, the president and the cabinet.
Do you-